I mean, that could spread something rotten. Well, hello there, welcome one and all to another episode of Poetica with DankNStein. And under the blood moon right now, I'm getting very hot, 34 degrees, outdoors at night. We need to jump in the water and cool off. So, while we just relax here for a moment, we are of course in this beautiful mangrove that we found last time. And we're going to build a base today. This base here is going to be a little larger than our last one. Each time we move on, we kind of want to become a bit more ambitious. But yeah, I think we've got an awful lot of stuff now. All of these vessels are full of things. So ultimately today, we'd like to set up our bloomeries. But the first protocol is storage and sorting all this stuff out. And yeah, and just building a nice place we can call home, really. Well, look, one of the things I think I would really like to do is sort out our fire clay situation. I think we separated all the fire clay stuff, didn't we? Yeah, here's the vessel with the fire clay bits in it. So let's have a look what we have here. The problem was that we didn't have any normal clay, but we do have that here. Yeah, so we should be able to make a few pieces here. I think maybe just one more piece with what we've got. Okay, there it is. But with a little bit more kaolinite powder, we can make our fifth piece. And, well, hello! Here we have some. And look, here's 6 pieces of raw stone. So do we have any smooth? I think we need 3 pieces of smooth. And I'm probably doing it wrong. There we go. Got there in the end. And I guess that this one's like that. Yeah, perfect. Because we did leave our quern behind before, didn't we? So let's dump this guy down here just temporarily. But look, I mean, while we're just doing this, we're just kind of trying to kill some time as the blood moon's out and about and I'm scared. But what we're going to sort of initially do is, you know, just explore this area a little bit more. Maybe even take our boat around the coast. And just, in fact, that's probably a really nice idea. We saw some pretty cool stuff down this bit of the coast. Yeah, we want to explore the immediate surroundings a little bit, just to ascertain exactly where we want to build our base. This is like our kind of our drop-off point, and it is really pretty around here, so we could just go for right here if the island ends up being massive and kind of quite unchanging. But yeah, I think, you know, we may find even some proper legit jungle, who knows. But with all the... That's amazing. With all the kaolinite we found last time, alumina powder is the stuff. And that's just bauxite. That is just aluminium. That's mercury. What's this one? Strontium. Okay. With the 5 pieces of fire clay, though, we can make ourselves a crucible. And I think that is the best thing to spend it on. And it is just... I just wanted to double check because this stuff's so valuable and expensive. I'm going to click these in very slowly and carefully. There it is. Right, our unfired crucible. So that's amazing. That can go in there with that stuff, and we can put the clay wherever we put it. Morning has broken here, so why don't we do just like, I don't know, 20 minutes of exploring. We'll spend like today exploring. Oh, the other thing though is we've got all this oat grain. What I was going to do is turn all of this into bread, because we've been eating this oat grain as it is, and it doesn't do anything. It gives us no nutrients. If you look at the grain itself, yeah, there's some saturation it gives us, but no food groups. So it fills up the hunger bar, but it's like 0 nutrition. So we need to make bread. Hold on, is that? Oh, I thought that was like copper or something, but it's like a plant. So we also need to make some bread, which I'm not entirely sure how to do, but let's find out. In an oven. Well, we can have a go at that, I think. That looks doable, and it was like, yeah, just made out of this classic dough that we know how to do, I think. So it was like this, wasn't it? Is that just a single block? No, okay, alright, fine, that does look like that works for us. I guess let's pop it here as well. Presumably we need to put some coal in it though, and we don't have any. Oh, we don't have any charcoal. That would be another amazing thing to do immediately, would be to make a charcoal pit, wouldn't it? I wonder if this axe will actually do it all. I wonder if it'll survive, you know. Okay, it did. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of wood. And sometimes those old like sycamore trees in TFC used to just crash the game. When you cut them down, you'd have to reload your world. Okay, and so I think as nighttime falls, we've done our bit here. Oh no, there's still loads more wood in the water here. That's one thing I do want to check is, can we just throw a log in here? Does it like that? I mean, that looks like it's gonna try and cook that log rather than cook with it. Ah, I feel like this is going to be similar to the one we had in Reloaded. I think we're going to need to put charcoal in it. Anyway, I might be wrong about that, and we'll maybe experiment with it more. But before we waste any more time, let's do what we came here to do. So we'll put a layer of this stuff in, I think. And then should we fill out the remaining slots with some of this? I suppose we want to try and keep an equal amount of all of these woods so that, you know, for building purposes, we've got some options. Alright, cool. So that's now going in the meantime. And now it's morning. Let's take the boat out for a spin and let's do the just perimeter. What's the word I'm looking for? Coastline. Maybe if we see squid, we should actually try and kill some, because some calamari to cook up in the short term might be nice in case bread becomes complicated somehow. Although I don't think it should be. So it keeps going around and we get to this sort of vibe here. Actually, of almost like a plainsy, well, like a tropical kind of plains type vibe. No tall trees at all, really. Where are we up to now on the map? Yeah, around to this sort of this kind of bit here. Interesting. I think this does look like a very good place to settle, just because we've got quite a lot of variety in terms of biomes by the looks of things. It seems like the atlas actually draws further than our render distance does as well. So we get to see things in the atlas before they render in front of us, which is also kind of funny. Whoa! I guess the shader's having a hard time. But there are some squid if we wanted to get some calamaris in. We're very hungry now anyway. We can't really eat the raw ones, I don't think. So we'll fill ourselves up with the 0 nutrients grain here. You see it just actually eats away at our health. Look now, so we're coming round. I mean, yeah, this could just go round. It could be kind of unmanageable. But what I'll do is I will just check back in if we see anything interesting. Otherwise, I am going to try and do the full lap of the island and just get a feel for the size and shape of everything around here. But that might not be possible, but we'll see. That could spread something rotten. It's quite dense, the leaves around there. That doesn't look good for that forest. Okay, well, if you want some interesting sights, I mean, how about that? This is Cowlinite, I think. Quite a lot of Cowlinite. Let's mark this one. But if you look now, it really does seem like it's quite a thin island. I mean, even if it extends out this way, there's definitely just this sort of peninsula here. So if it does extend massively out this way, we can shortcut our way back to the coolness. Through here, and this does mean it might not be a bad place to actually settle. Look at that. Whew. This is interesting. Is this going to dead end? It just hasn't rendered in yet. Looks like we can go right through, but on the map it certainly doesn't. So I guess this must be freshwater, and the map isn't showing us the freshwater. This is the freshwater, yeah, because this is actually the bit we come to from the other side of our base. And as nighttime's falling, maybe we should just leave the boat here and jump across over to the bits here. Presumably all this charcoal's finished. It's not, but if we sleep, it will be. All right, looking good. Now we don't have a huge amount of shovel durability left either from all the clay digging. Let me just see something now that we've just grabbed like a handful of it. Well, I've put charcoal in the back. Or do we need to shift click the charcoal in? No, that just put it on the floor. Don't want to cook our shovel. Well, let's try to make some flour anyway, which we do here, I believe. And we'll need like a plank or two, because we want one of these buckets as well. It's just like that, that's fine. Okay, so we get the flour, and don't you just do this? No? Do we need to surround it or something? What? How do we do this? We need to make the flatbread dough first, which comes from oat flour. And oh, we need salt. We actually need the salt. Ah. So it looks like it's just halite. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe this is all a bit of a wild goose chase at the moment. We better just cook up our calamari then. Until we find salt. I wonder if there's a way of getting salt from distilling salt water. It doesn't look like there is, does it? Okay, never mind. Well, let's pick up all our charcoal anyway. All right, so that got us just over 3 stacks of charcoal, which isn't the worst result in the world. We'll definitely take it. Now, one thing we can do is get all of the live seafood that we've collected. Yeah, we'll cook up all of that with the calamaris for now, and that's what we'll eat. So you just open these with a knife, don't you? And you get these little chunks of protein out. The climate here is absolutely crazy. It's crazy how hot it is. Like we can barely just stand still for like a second without just starting to overheat. Going up to 40 degrees outside. So yeah, we'll definitely want to have covered areas to like work in and, you know, live in basically around here. All right, boom, done. So that gives us a fair bit of food now. Not going to last a huge amount of time, but it's going to last. It's going to last us. It's going to get us through to. Well, I guess we do really need to look for salt because we've got so much grain. If we can just find some salt, then we're absolutely laughing, aren't we? Anyway, I'm going to continue the exploration, I think. So yeah, we'll continue this lap, and I'll check in a moment when we've kind of got some conclusive evidence. Oh, some of these trees are absolutely enormous. Look at this. I just want to know what biome this is actually. Some beach here. But up here, meadows. Meadows! Wow. Alright. Well, anyway. This thing looking like it might be quite big. We've kind of come down and around now. We're going, yeah. Might end up being quite big. But I'm going to crack on. This is something to write home about. We have a bit of bamboo here. Still just meadows. But anyway, the bamboo is super useful in Poetica from what I recall. Oh, you can make some really nice looking blocks out of it and all sorts of things. So let's just grab some because presumably we can easily farm a load more of it. Alright, now, what about that? That is not calcite. Could it be salt? Could it be whatever it was called? Hemite or something? Helltite? I can't remember what it was called. Let's find out. Let's try and get up there somehow. Oh snap, I just realised my pick's about to die. I can't actually do this. We should mark it though. What's it called? Halite. Okay. Let's also mark it on the map. Okay. And so to fill you in, I do think this might actually start to curve back round. We might see an end to this, but you know, yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? We're not massively far from home, but we'd have to circumnavigate that whole plains bit there, which would be quite long. Anyway, we'll keep going around this way. Okay, and success, people. We did it. If you look, we have linked back around. There's the whole island. And there's more land on this side. Like, there's just a little channel through, really. It continues like that. So for now, we've just done this landmass. After finding that halite, I found a spot here that had more exposed halite and rich limonite. Pretty nice, huh? But then, even further along, just here, again, 2 things. We've got diamignite, which is boron. Not sure what that's used for. And then, that's rich as well, though. And then we've got this rich pyrite exposed, too. So there's the diamignite, boron. Pyrite is also iron. We found 2 exposed sources of rich iron on this coastline here, which could have been really far away if this didn't link back up, but it does. So this rich pyrite is especially close, really, to where we are. So overall, we found some nice sites for future mining expeditions. So I think, yeah, we can chill here for quite some time. I think this is going to be a nice place to be. Is the kind of long and short of it. But for now, yeah, we've seen the whole island. There's not really anything. I mean, the bits in the middle are obviously fairly unexplored, but a lot of it we've seen because it's quite thin. And anyway, I think we'll just settle here. I like this place. The coolness is a nice spot. We know it looks nice around there. So we'll build a house in that sort of general area. And I think, yeah, big storage room and then a kind of blacksmithing workshop-y area will be the first 2 rooms. And I kind of feel like the house will be on stilts at various levels, you know, spread out either in the trees or on top of the water. So yeah, so I think for the rest of the episode, that's what we'll do. We'll just do a fair bit of building. We've got enough of the halite to make our first batch of bread, so that should see us through. So yeah, we can start making some making some seafood sandwiches potentially. All right, well let's get settled here then. Now we're home. These chests are already just too full. I'm trying to like sort stuff out, but it's like we need way more storage. I want to sort out all of these. And so the first thing I've separated out is all of our seeds, because it would be really good to plant some crops. It's still late winter, but I don't think that's going to matter because the temperature here is crazy. So the temperature right now is 27 degrees. It says minimum 26, max 36, average is 31. I don't know if that's for this time of year or if that's just in general. Rainfall is like 260. So it might be that none of these seeds actually are good to go here. So maize. Okay, so it looks like maize might be our only option for grain with it being max 40. But nobody is crazily under. Maybe just the lettuce. So I think we'll try planting everything. We'll try planting everything. And the place I was thinking we would kick this off, looking for like, you know, a suitable location. So I started clearing out a little bit just over here. You can see this area, which I think looks pretty good. It's crazy just how quickly this stuff goes. But I think with our walking stick, can't we can use the walking stick to till the earth, which is pretty nice. Although probably that's stupid because the walking stick uses resin, whereas this, just a standard stone hoe, won't. And I was thinking that island over there is the other one. So, and then we should be able to also just pull some of this stuff back. Now look, this is interesting. We can actually till this. I think it's loam, so we can till it, but it's got a different texture. I don't know if we can plant stuff there or what. I'm gonna just try. Might as well, huh? Alright, let's try this. So yeah, let's see if the wheat will grow on this stuff. Okay, we can plant it. So that's a start. Now I reckon we keep our eyes on these because I think a lot of these won't make it. But if they do, amazing. But that's quite a lot of our total seeds planted on that middle island there. We're not going to need all the space we have over here, I don't think, but let's just do what we can. Alright, so with our kind of farmland sorted here a little bit then, we do want to build some houses on stilts, I think. So I was sort of thinking storage in this corner, like a big platform here on stilts might be quite nice. And then maybe you could have like another kind of spot just here overlooking the farms, which would be where we might live. How you get between them? Do we want like a bridge? Maybe we want like a nice long bridge, like a walkway that just takes in the scenery between the kind of storage area and like the bedroom living quarters kind of thing over here. And then we would probably want like a kind of blacksmithing sort of area, which I just don't think would make sense to have on stilts. But then this bit of beach here, you know, if we got rid of these trees, even, yeah, just up here actually, I think up here would be really nice. And so our base would kind of almost be like a long strip. You'd have like the workshop, the living area in the middle, and the storage on the far side. Now storage and workshop being far away from each other maybe isn't the best design decision, so you could put storage there instead. Maybe that makes more sense. So you have the workshop kind of in the middle, storage over there, like on stilts, living area there on stilts. But I did like the idea of the long bridge. Decisions, eh? I'm going to start mapping some stuff out anyway, and what we'll probably do actually is go into montage mode for this building session now. So yeah, drop a beat, take it away. Alright, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. Gone for a little bit of a controversial one of having the beams actually not be logs but just be planks as well. So we've just got 3 different types of planks. I quite like it. I think it suits the area. And this, what are these? The mangrove planks are crazy. Look at this texture. It actually has these like edges on it. So I didn't think that worked particularly well for like a roof or a floor. But if you look at it when it's piled up, the edges do give you that sense of it being a little bit like a log kind of texture in a way. You've got these sort of edges on it. So yeah, that was the thinking there. And I'm just going to move everything basically. There's going to be loads of chests and storage that way, and that's going to be where we're going to live. And then something to think about is bridging. We want some kind of bridges across the water, which I haven't decided yet. So for now we'll just sort of swim around. So a big part of all this then is going to be sorting out exactly how our workshop looks. In the long run, I'd like to use the mud bricks, but it's going to take us a little while to make those. I suppose we could get our drying mats out now and just get on with it, couldn't we? Okay, let's do a batch of the shale mud bricks, I think, to kick things off here. So we've done this before, but let's do it again. Just make a huge batch of these, I think. We're going to need a load of mortar as well. Lime water, lime water, lime water. Also, these blue, what's the blue plank called? Maho. They're nice barrels, these, aren't they? They look lovely. Yeah, we get 3 barrels worth of mortar going. That should be a crazy amount. And these look like they're finished, but they're not popping off for some reason, so maybe they aren't. Anyway, now that the mortar's processing too, I can get back to just... Yeah, let's see, the unfired ones have all the pieces sticking out of them. Now they don't have pieces sticking out of them. They should be ready. Yeah, look, something isn't quite right. Unless I'm just doing it wrong. Maybe is it because I've got a walking stick? Oh, interesting. The walking stick in my offhand was preventing me from picking them up. That is interesting. Yeah, I just tested it by just breaking one of them, and it came off, and it was clearly fired and ready to go. And I was like, okay, something's not right. Anyway, okay, we've worked that out. So the walking stick was the villain there. Okay. Yeah, I got it the wrong way around. I pretty much always do that. Okay, so there's our first set of these shale bricks, and we should end up with a few more in due course. But let's just go and have a look at these. They're a lot lighter actually in colour than... Oh look, these have just finished. Okay, let me just do these first. So one of the things about building in this heat is that you can't actually really see often what the colours are looking like, because I'm so overheated that I've got that kind of orange glow to everything I look at. But this was my idea. Okay, this could look pretty cool actually. So what we're going to do is just give ourselves a bit of a kind of brick floor. These have now been fixed. I can't just break them with my bare hand. I can't like insta-mine them with a bare hand anymore, which is good. We're just going to give ourselves a bit of a foundation. I need to work out, right, how wide do I want this to be? And I'd like to have some of these guys involved. So if there was like a sort of center to the whole thing, it would be like here maybe. And then we'd want to put... This is where we could become unstuck, because if our... we don't want to make too many mistakes. If our pickaxe breaks, it's going to be time consuming to sort it out. But let's just say it's something like that for the middle. That looks cool to me. So I'm thinking of having like a triple forge type setup here. So there they are. There's our 3 forges. And then on each side a bloomery. So these will probably have to go. And hopefully the tree can stay. So kind of like that for the front of the bloomeries. And we're going to go with the circular design that I mentioned back in the bismuth bio. And I said we'd do it in the next spot. Hence these stairs coming out. Yeah, we'll probably add slabs and stairs and things. But for now, that's the kind of feeling, yeah? And we want to throw in these guys. And Okay, something like that. And then I guess you could put a back on these, couldn't you? Like that, maybe. So give the whole thing a bit of a feel. But for now, anyway, that gets the blueprint of the situation. It is crazy how different the colour of the shale mud bricks are to the actual shale rock. I thought it was going to be darker, but it actually provides quite a nice contrast. So I'm happy with that. Storage will go up there. I've moved the bed over there already. So yeah, this is where we're going to be calling home now. Alright, sweet. Set up this as well. It's a little table here to just keep a few ingots on. That anvil we're going to actually just burn up in our crucible, which the crucible will probably go on the back. Ooh, that's a point. We need to think about bellows. Now, as it happens, we've got quite a lot of organising to do, and then there's also all of the resources that we found at the start of this episode to mine up. All the rich pyrite, or whatever it was called, pylite, whatever it was, all the rich, like, iron. And we need to make some bread, and we just need to set up the storage and do all this kind of organisational stuff, which will probably take a couple of hours, but it's kind of hard to edit that stuff together. And then especially if we go on to resource gathering. So now that we've kind of done all the setting up and the sort of arranging of things, seeing as the live stream went down so well last time, I thought why wait every 10 episodes? Like, let's do a live stream whenever the situation arises, where there's some more long form type task to do. And I think this is that. So what we'll do is we'll do a live stream in the next couple of days. Something like that, but keep an eye out for it, and I'll put a message on the Discord when I know what we're doing. So yeah, I think that's it for today's episode, and tune in for the live stream to see me kind of finish settling in here. But I'm really excited. This place feels great, and yeah, thank you all for the support. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and be excellent to each other. Safe.